All right, we're back at it. The Web3 Rundown Show. Joe, how you doing today, man?
I'm excited. I just saw a JD Vance meme. I could show it on the screen. It's hilarious. If you guys
The
don't know, check out JD Vance memes.
Yeah, definitely. You guys show it, you should. If you have it available. It's these JD Vance memes are getting better and better, to be completely honest with you. It's regardless of the political side, they're absolutely a riot in my opinion.
Right here.
Yeah.
It says, credit to this person, Tiffany Fong. You know, who did this? Have you said thank you once? And you guys have seen the Trump and JD Vance and the president of Ukraine interview, you would understand. This is just hilarious because it's sarcasm at its best.
And that's the face on JD Vance meme is the pun or the relation to the please meme coin that is my entire crypto feed is full of these JD Vance memes. And again, regardless of your political stance, they're an absolute riot. I can't get enough of them. So thanks for sharing that for us, Joe, because we've had some tough days recently. But nothing to really sweat, in my opinion. I feel like I'm a broken record every single day. But we look at this. We actually have seen a little bit of a bounce. Before we started the show here today, Joe, we are at like a 79, 78, $79,000 Bitcoin. We've seen a little bit of a bounce. I mean, up 5% on the 24 hours. I'm shocked to see any green in the market, and we have some all over the place. But as you can see, 82K for Bitcoin. We're sitting at what, $126 for Solana. We're under 2 grand for Ethereum. Some gross prices there at the end of the day. And when we jump over, you can see right here the fear and greed meter. We're sitting right around a 14, 15 fear and greed meter as we speak. And when we look, it's this is the first time we've seen Bitcoin under $80,000 for an extended period of time. And it's not even Bitcoin that's getting smacked around. It's the stock market as well. This is one of the yesterday, as I believe this is referring to, was one of the worst stock market days we've had since 2022. Joe, help me digest all this. Are we going to zero or are we going to be okay?
That's what everyone's trying to do is everyone's trying to digest what the heck is going on. What is Trump's true intention with, pendulum swinging the tariffs on and off, just causing a wreck in a market. So no answer for you, just a comment.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of talk out there, and it makes sense. There's a lot of people way smarter than you and I talking about how Trump wants to bring down interest rates, so he's crashing the asset markets overall, and crash has been successful. So I'm excited for interest rates hopefully to be cut. They're trying to refinance, I think, about $7 trillion in 2025. So they want lower interest rates. I believe maybe this Friday it is. We're gonna hear a little bit from Powell and what they're thinking in regards there. But overall, and I sound like a broken record, we kind of led off with some bearish news here, but I'm still as bullish as ever. And maybe I'm just absolutely blind because there's news happening every single day that makes me want to be bullish. And Joe, we talked about this last week, and it's a happen now, is the White House Crypto Summit. It was the very first crypto summit. It wasn't a financial summit, it was straight up crypto. And some of the biggest names out there, the Brian Armstrongs, the Michael Saylors of the world, came out and gave their opinion on Bitcoin. And some of the three key takeaways here is Bitcoin and digital asset stockpiles are real. It looks like we're not going to be selling any more of our Bitcoin. So that's great news at the end of the day. They did not make a full commitment that if we were going to be buying additional Bitcoin, they did insinuate that was going to happen, but it wasn't going to be an expense of taxpayer dollars. The US has a digital asset strategy. That was very clear, in my opinion. And lastly, David Sachs talked at length about how crypto audits are becoming a priority because even though we think we have $200,000, or not $200,000, 200,000 individual Bitcoin, we really don't know. So we need to audit exactly what we have. That's easy enough to do, especially in the world of digital assets compared to like a full gold audit. And there's a strategy. And Joe, my 2 cents here is it really does feel like we have the right people in place. David Sachs, Bassett, a lot of people, the U.S., that's the U.S. Treasury Secretary, they have great visions out there. They want to move forward with digital assets, namely Bitcoin. It's extremely bullish, but the price keeps going down. Kind of what's your whole thought here?
Yeah, bullish overall, of course, macro of the team. If anyone wants to hear more in-depth information, David Sachs actually jumps onto the All In podcast after the White House summit and talks about it. So my thoughts are, overall, just excited about what crypto adoption and what it means in terms of efficiency. I think there's news about like Nasdaq wanting to trade 24/7. That's nothing to do with Web3. Basically, there's a lot of competition, right? Because if you onboard a lot of these traditional TradFi people into Web3, they're going to have a lot of opportunities, to create wealth for themselves. And there goes the question, at what loss to the crypto industry? Because does Coinbase lose out if Fidelity gets in, who's a mega giant, right? They have trillions of dollars. So that's kind of where my head's at. I'm like, who's going to be the winners? Who's going to be the losers of all this adoption? And that adoption is not going to happen until all this passes through Congress. All of these are just executive orders and talks and working groups. And it's just a lot of trading off of noise, right? Which is kind of what the meme coin world is. But has ripples through traditional finance. And I wouldn't say that's rippling through crypto. I think what's affecting crypto is exactly what we just talked about: tariffs, wars happening potentially, or talks about wars and whatnot. And so that's kind of what's going on that's dragging the crypto prices down. So yeah, it's really correlated. So I think it's just more correlated than I've ever seen personally. That's kind of my take.
Yeah, there's a connection there with like global liquidity and the correlation between the stock market and where we're going in the crypto market. But again, if you told me 6 months ago, a year ago, that we were going to get these executive orders for, holding Bitcoin, we weren't going to sell our Bitcoin, we would have speed ran to 150,000.
Yep.
So you can kind of see like not how young our market is, but how reactionary, I should say, it is. It's what the new shiny toy is out there. But the fundamentals of Bitcoin, of these crypto assets, of Web3 are stronger than ever. And, we work in the industry. I've been in the industry for a while. This isn't our first correction that we've been through. And when you look at a lot of the charts, I think it was like a 36% correction if we get to $72,000, which is normal within a bull run. Now there's a key support there. We don't want to lose too much support. We want to kind of stay within range. I still believe if we stay within that Bitcoin range, this is just a mid-cycle correction and we're gonna be off to the races. But you nailed it, Joe. I mean, we're talking about tariff tax. We got more news on that today. We're talking about a war with Ukraine, Russia, and indirectly the United States. We're talking about just overall, it sounds like the Trump administration wants to refinance $7 trillion and they want rate cuts, so they're crashing the stock market, which correlates to the crypto market. There's just so many reasons that I can see why we're taking this dip. But again, it feels like Bitcoin and a lot of these assets are on sale. I've definitely made my own personal financial decision that I'm in it for the long run. So I'm okay with it. It's not real fun reporting that. I like being an analyst when we're $140,000 Bitcoin and we all feel rich and we're shopping for matching Rolexes, not, when we're trying to find the best stablecoin yield and how we can earn X% while, we try to weather the storm. But kind of jumping over to stablecoins, the total market cap actually hit an all-time high of over $3 billion. And part of that was because of Bissett, our Treasury Secretary, even talked about how he wanted to strengthen the US dollar, leveraging stable coins. And another very interesting individual, I don't know if you saw this, Joe, that was at the White House Crypto Summit was the president of FIFA, and he's now talking about launching a FIFA coin. So we're in this bubble of the United States, but we have these major sports leagues across the world talking about how they want to launch a coin connected to the FIFA League. And there was some very bullish news. I think Singapore is launching perps trading. We have the largest bank in Spain, I believe, that's offering Bitcoin, Ethereum. So there's just a lot of bullish news out there, even though the price is down. I'm just trying to tell everyone, take a step back away from the ledge, touch a little bit of touch a little grass. It's going to be okay. We promise it will be okay. When? Not exactly sure. But some very interesting news coming out of Coinbase is that they're going to be offering 24/7 Bitcoin and Ethereum futures trading in the United States. And hand in hand, they're looking to hire 1,000 jobs in the United States. So I'll tell you this much. Coinbase isn't sweating any of the price movements. They're looking to continuously add more trading and hire more people out there. And lastly, Joe, kind of in this macro section, good old Cynthia. I don't know if it's Lummis or Loomis. We talk about this every time, but Cynthia Loomis, the senator for Wyoming, uh, wrote, "I am for real this time," and posted this video about a strategic Bitcoin reserve. We got a little bit more information since this video. It sounds like they're bringing another bill to the floor here. I believe I read 7 additional supporters of a strategic reserve. We're pushing forward here. I'm bullish. I'm feeling good. It's good to see Cynthia Loomis post this video, and credit to their team because the last time she posted a video on or a hint on Twitter, she got blasted for hinting at too much and not delivering enough. So I do like how it was like I'm for real this time, and they essentially launched a Bitcoin hype video.
Yeah, there was two states also. I think it was Arizona and Texas that pushed through their Bitcoin strategic reserve, and then it has to reach to like a final a place where it gets approved before they can buy. I think it was up to 500 million a year. At least that was for Texas. I think Arizona, Utah are trying to do the same. So those things are still coming down the conveyor belt. More things to be excited about. Definitely exciting times are here, I would say, because this is the prices that people wanted to buy crypto at, but they're not buying because everyone's like, is it going to get lower? And that's a good question. Is it going to get lower, right? And we don't know the answer to that, because why Trump could fire off another X tomorrow and tank the whole market. We don't know if this president anything can happen. But overall, like I am just excited to see the end results of everything, whether it be good or bad. I just want to know. I just want to know what's going to happen. And I asked AI this, it did like a 20-minute research for me on Gemini, which I pay for, by the way. And it didn't give me an answer. Damn you, Google AI. The simple answer was like, I was like, is inflation going to heat up? And it couldn't even give me a direct answer. It's opaque. So I need to go to a more Republican AI. I need to go to X. I need to use Grok.
Yeah, to get
Uh,
to get the answer you want. Exactly right.
All right. So we're gonna segue a little bit into meme coins now, just to show you guys what's the sentiment in the meme coin world. And this meme sums it up. If we inch up 0.01%, we are so back. Meme coins is the intersection of culture and finance and even digital assets, dare say. So definitely they're not going anywhere. It's just going to be new iterations of it. But Pump Fund, which was at the forefront of all this innovation, has seen some down days. They're going back to fundamentals. They're seeing a lot of competition now with other, blockchains and whatnot. So while Sol reigns supreme, I'm not so sure they're going to reign supreme the next time around. As we talked about, there's other platforms out there. Bubble Maps is not a meme coin per se, but they're launching a token for its users. So with our private community right now, we talk a lot about different platforms where you can farm and yield and make gains. There's actually a lot of that out there. So definitely, if you guys want more info on that, let us know. Meme coin wise, you made some good calls, Brian. I mean, Grok was shilling its own meme coin, and it actually performed decent for a first few days. I haven't looked at it recently.
Yeah, we actually there was another one that I talked about on our last private newsletter last week. A47, the kind of the news outlet for an AI news outlet. They had all these AI agents. I think we gave a call. It was right around 10, 12 million bucks. And I checked it this morning. It's up 3x. It's a $30 million coin right now, kind of catching traction. And in this market, that feels like an absolute huge win at the end of the day.
Yeah, the meme coin market right now is getting absolutely hammered along with the rest of the world, but starting to approach lows that I would like to get in at once they settle down. Like Doge has fell off a cliff, but they haven't like grinded to a halt and flatlined. So they haven't flatlined yet, and that's what I'm waiting for before I get back into some of these majors. But some of these majors, I can't even believe I'm saying this. I can't believe Melania is still part of the top 10 meme coins. Like, who's buying Melania? I mean, have you heard anything? Because we're in the streets of meme coins, and I don't know who's buying Melania. I think these are the retail buyers that got in during the Jupe onboarding with Trump, and it just kind of held Melania at Oh, yeah, that makes sense. 378 million, and that's just the market cap. That's not the true liquidity or volume. So yeah, I guess, if you just bought in during I'm sorry, jupe is the wrong word, moonshot. If you got in during the moonshot on the app, everyone was texting their mother like, "Hey, buy Trump here," and then Melania, and then they got in there because I can't imagine anyone holding Melania here.
I tried to short it yesterday on Hyperliquid and it wouldn't let me. I forget exactly what the error was, but there wasn't enough liquidity in the poll or something for me to actually properly short it. I can't believe that coin's still around. That was the top. That was the absolute pico top, Melania. We were so euphoric with the Trump coin.
We were. But I believe personally, and you can chime in here, Brian. Some of these are getting into a buy zone. Like I like kind of what Unicorn Fart did. He kept trucking through it, and I thought people were gonna be bored. But nope, Ledger came out and said, "We're gonna give you some more money because we like you and the boomer audience that you penetrate." So I can see him doing some things that hit the news, soon, and it could do. He did a 90. He did like a 2x from his bottom, actually. So if it was anyone who was able to catch that, surprising and not surprising. So I think some of these will survive until the next one because it's the intersection of culture and finance. So if they can somehow capture the culture again, which I think some of these do have that, then I believe some of these coins will rise back to the top. I mean, not surprising. I love Pudgy because I don't think they belong in this meme coin category. I mean, they're integrated with a full-on blockchain, which we'll talk more about in a second. But some of these other ones that I think they will be knocked off the pedestal. Like some, maybe Floki will be knocked off. I mean, I can see Pepe staying up there because Pepe is such a strong community and strong messaging. But yeah, these were hyped. These were big at a time when there was no competition. Now there's plenty of competition and even more innovation. Yeah. So give us any closing thoughts on the meme coin market, Brian.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think we're getting very close, if we're not there, of a major buy signal on some of the better memes out there. Unicorn Fart Dust and Fartcoin are two that I want to call out because when we did see that move, I think it was last week from like 78, 79 Bitcoin to 90,000, 91,000, 94,000. There were some huge moves, and you could really see which meme coins were the prime ones. Pepe moved hard. Unicorn Fart Dust moved hard. Fartcoin moved hard. Now we've since given back a lot of all those gains, but there's still definitely people that want to buy in and get back into those communities. As of right now, it's tough to catch a falling knife. It feels gross to buy some of these coins that could tomorrow go down 50%. But again, you don't want to miss the updates on some of these coins. And I think it's just the cream's rising to the top. And you put it that way as well, of some of these major meme coins that have staying power, have these communities, ones that we really talk about every single week within our private community, absolutely have the opportunity to do very well in multiple X off the bottom here. It's just trying to figure out when the bottom is. But then there's going to be a ton that just go to zero. I mean, look at Pump.Fun. We were talking about that a few weeks ago, and they were making money hand over fist, hundreds of millions of dollars. And now, what was the slide you showed? It was like $110,000 made
Yeah.
yesterday. So you can see the market smartened up. It didn't like the direction we were going, and rightfully so. But I still believe that a lot of these coins, a lot of these meme coins, absolutely have room to run. And you nailed it. I think Unicorn Fart Dust is one of those coins.
Yeah, we'll see. I want to see that fart mobile. I forgot what it's called again. It's
The
called
Duster?
the Duster. I want to see it around town, making his rounds to the holders. That'll be exciting. Well, we know where the puck's going. I'm pretty steadfast on this, and I want to keep on putting on record that, attention is where all the liquidity flows, right? NFTs 2021, 2024 was meme coins, maybe, and yeah, and that's notably slid. But I think the puck is going towards AI agents, and that's where the attention is going to be. Talk to us about that. What's going on there?
Yeah, you know my feelings on this AI world and AI agents, and maybe a few of these platforms were slightly overvalued whenever we were just, you couldn't miss with a lot of these AI coins early on. But again, some of the top projects are still doing well. Taking a look at Cookie.Fun, You can see it's the market cap is pretty much a sea of green right here. And top projects, Virtual, Toshi, Clanker, Cookie, AIXBT, VVV, a lot, A. A1C. I'm not exactly familiar with that one right there. But in Banker, a lot of these have done very well just over the past couple 24 hours, and the mind share is right there with it. Banker is probably the most notable, and we can talk a little bit at length here about that, Joe. Banker is one of the best charts in AI and maybe broader crypto market. It's a clear winner from the Grok meme coin mania that played out the past few days. And Grok is one of the most popular chatbots. It integrates with crypto. It is extremely popular, and it's been talking about a few different coins back and forth. Actually, one of my favorites was this Grokster coin. I gave a trade alert to our community right around like a $3-4 million market cap. I said anywhere between like 2 and 4 million. I like this coin. And a lot of the reason why, Joe, it's found on the base network. Grokster was getting mentioned, GRK was getting mentioned hand over fist the other night by the Grok chatbot. People were trying to shill their coins to Grok, and they were like, oh, yeah, that coin's great, but you need to check out Grokster. Pretty much this little fun little guy here was the mascot. One thing I need to point out, Joe, is when we made this call, there was only 3,000 holders. There's now 17,000 holders. Now, the price has been really flat, but it's making me a little bit more and more bullish because people are still flowing into this coin. They're very interested. We had Jesse Pollock, one of the founders of Base, who was engaging in these tweets. I think he even mentioned that he bought some. So people were calling it like Base's mascot. So I'm not exactly sure where this is going to go. It's not financial advice for anybody to ape into GRK, but Grok being such a popular AI chatbot out there, kind of this is a fun character, has memeability behind it. It's connected to this coin. I do think we have room to run. And one metric I love to see is that we went from 3,000 holders to 18,000 holders as of right now. And the price is held pretty strong with that growth. So I do think we could pop off with any sort of positive sentiment in the actual overall market. I think this could run hard.
Yeah, I love that call. Grok is definitely an AI agent or AI bot that I use the most. I'm just curious what's will happen in the future. If TradFi comes on chain, that'll be good and bad, I guess. Like there'll be a lot of bad actors, but then you can also kind of like track the moves, right? That's what the AI agents do well. If we can track what I mean, people, you mentioned this before, like politicians, they're known for they're the best investors in the world for some reason, right? And we can track these moves before they kind of instantaneously with blockchain. That'd be amazing. And that's kind of, where I see like brighter pastures because everything's really transparent now, not only in terms of AI agent, but just news is just traveling so quickly. We're getting better news, I would dare say. Now we know which AI agents to go to. We want, far left or far right news or whatnot. You guys didn't know AI agents were political, but they are. You have to go to the right ones. I didn't know this until I listened to the All In podcast. So, yeah, just interesting times. And yeah, I think AI is going to be front and center of all of that. And we're going to show people how to capitalize. We're going to show people how to 10x their gains with utilizing whether it be AI agents or just AI technology. I think that's all possible right now. All right.
Yeah, and
Let's jump in.
I'm just gonna add on to that before we jump to the next section is even though we're in a down market, Joe, and I say this all the time to our community, I think this is some of the best times to explore new platforms, new protocols, and really investigate using these chatbots, checking out the AI crypto integration. And that's something we're talking about all the time within our community. And I think this is the perfect time because when we're just going straight up in price, we're blind. We're just looking for the next huge gain. We're trading in and out of our tokens. We're not like really sitting down and learning anything, in my opinion. When I have these lulls in the market, I am like experimenting on all these different platforms right now. I'm integrating and trying to educate myself on different AI agents. And I really do believe it makes me a more sophisticated and a better trader at the end of the day.
100%. I'm crushing the market now. I got 2% better yield on my stable coins than your regular banking institution. Come find me in the Bahamas. But yeah, no, these opportunities, it sounds like very little, but is magnitudes like more when you have a lot of money. Like we talked about the US trying to borrow 7 trillion. It's actually nine, I think it's 9 trillion we have to print or borrow in the next 10 years to get us over the hump. And when you talk about 1%, 2%, it's like billions of dollars. So that's what these people do. And if you can carve that out for yourself incrementally on a monthly, yearly basis, that's the difference between retiring and not retiring. Anyways, I just love talking finances because that's kind of what I done the last few years before I got into, all of this great stuff here, which leads me to what I love to talk about a lot is NFTs. So you see here, this is actually old news. Other Side actually broke a Guinness World Record for having close to 2,200 players on the first player shooting game. Everyone thought, they weren't doing anything, but they came out and we're like, wow, there's actually people playing games on Ape Chain and doing stuff. Like that's pretty cool. So we sort of seen a pop with Yuga Labs. They divested Meatbits. They're making moves. They talk about basically things that they're gonna do. And what we saw this last weekend was just a big pop in Ape Chain NFTs. Believe it or not, I'm like, who's buying Ape Chain NFTs? But apparently they're coming on the up and up. So I like to see that. It's a good. I hope it's not a good barometer for Abstract because I think Abstract is so much more. Personally, I like Abstract. I think Ape Chain was just more siloed and focused onto Bored Apes, which is not bad also, but to each their own. So it's just good to see because if Ape Chain can do well, then Abstract can do leaps better. Ethereum, take a look at Ethereum. Ethereum got pummeled alongside the price. Typically it takes a day or two for the Ethereum denomination to inch up because the Ethereum price has gone down, people usually want to settle at the USD value, not the Ethereum value. So interesting to see Ethereum floor prices going lower for Ethereum NFT projects alongside Ethereum tanking. So what that means is that it's a discount and a clearance sale on Ethereum NFTs. So if you want in on the Pudgy Penguin, it's like getting close to my buy price. Honestly, it's at 16,000 right now. And I think my buy price is 12 because that's what me and my friend got one at 12,000 like 4 years ago at that price. So it's getting there. It's getting to the floor that I like, as well as some of these other ones here. Do you want to chime in before I move forward, Brian?
No, I mean, I think just looking at that Ethereum NFT list right there, those are some of the best NFTs available right now. There's like the Pudgy Penguins, the Doodles, the Littles. I'm excited. I've been going down the NFT rabbit hole harder and harder every day. It's probably because less chart watching, and at least when I buy an NFT, I get to hold and look at the JPEG and look at shop traits. I actually bought a few NFTs over the past few days. I bought some more of those on-chain heroes because I'm like degenning pretty hard into the abstract world, and we got our extra credit points or XP points today on abstract, and I hit an all-time high with my XP points. And the only thing I do is go on on-chain heroes and send my guy back and forth between staking. So I know I've made my money back and then some, and I actually ended up buying a couple more because I was like, I like the way this is going. So NFTs, we like our NFTs.
Yeah, for sure. We can't talk about NFTs without mentioning the mother blockchain, which is Bitcoin. So let's take a look at how they're doing. Bitcoin got below 80, so I think it scratched like 77, 75 almost. So people were scared. And the Bitcoin NFTs also got hammered. Uh, I don't know when the bottom is here, but I do want to get in on some again once we get to a certain price point. I don't think we're there yet because basically, Bitcoin could free fall from here to 60,000, if I believe, because there's really no support in terms of, unfortunately, until the next leg down. So we'll wait and see there. One thing here on the top list I want to point out, should have actually been in the meme section, is MBTC. So this just launched yesterday, and they're holding up. They went up like 10x. It was basically like a penny to mint them. And what they're looking to do is to provide a liquidity pool. Here, I'll just pull it up really quickly. They're just looking to create a automatic market maker directly on Bitcoin L1. So Magic Eden has something like this, but they're more of a marketplace that's creating a market maker. This is more like a liquidity pool type of thing. So that's why this floor popped, because those who are bullish on the Bitcoin ecosystem and want Bitcoin meme coins to do well, then they're buying this. Another good, interesting thing about the thesis, if you read into it, is that they're kind of pushing themselves away from traditional meme coins. They're saying that if you're a meme coin, and you want to be, embedded in history versus just like another fly on the wall, then that's why you should launch a meme coin Bitcoin because it's immutable. It will be here forever versus like a meme coin on another blockchain. So I just thought that was an interesting take. Not sure if that's really going to take off, but good to see that there's people still shooting over there. Oh, so I scrolled down a little bit, but here's a really big announcement. Taproot Wizards is going to be minting 2 years after they announced that they're gonna, mint an NFT project. They've done it. So, I mean, they're doing it. March 25th, which is what? A couple weeks away. So these are gonna mint out 100%. And the price is, let me scroll down to it, zero point 0.2 Bitcoin, which is about what, 18,000 at today's price, 16,000 on the lower side. And if you want to get a cheaper one, you can. If you buy some of their existing NFTs, you could get it for potentially $8,000 to $9,000. So it's definitely the most expensive NFT mint I've ever seen in my life, I think. Yeah, and I've minted quite a few NFTs. This is the most expensive one ever.
Yeah, is that 35 million dollars or so if they mint out? I mean, I guess pending on how many people have two quantum cats. It's a lot of money. It's multiple millions, tens of millions of dollars that they could be looking to earn. And you're right, it's absolutely going to mint out 100%. So, no way are Bitcoin NFTs dead when there's projects like that still minting out and people are still hyped over it.
Yeah, yeah, and they're doing a Dutch auction also, so they're definitely going to mint out because you can get it at a lower price potentially, and if it gets, I don't know what my buy price would be, but yeah, that's interesting to see them launch at this current time because there's still some abstract ones that are like we're holding off our pre-sale airdrop until better environment, but they're like nope, we're going right now, which can make a splash. We'll see. So that's it for NFT news for now. But yeah, to your point, I'm buying. Maybe I should stop buying. I haven't told my wife yet, but I'm looking at another Steph Curry jersey number through NBA Top Shot. Yeah, during these times, I like to look at NFT projects, and that's just I found my community, basketball hobbyists, and I'm collecting some on Ethereum as well, and abstract as well. So I actually think I'm gonna buy another abstract NFT. But if you want to know what that is, you're gonna have to go into your community because that's the one I like.
Yeah, I love it. And with Ethereum price depressed, like you said, and some of the NFT prices coming down, it makes some of those NFTs that I don't think are going anywhere absolutely fall into the buy zone. Now it just depends how low we're going to go. Hopefully we don't go much lower. We're recording this, Tuesday afternoon, so there's always like a Tuesday, Wednesday relief rally. It feels like every single week. You can almost put it in your calendar that Saturday and Sunday are major sell-off days, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday we have this relief rally. But the administration, even though they're very pro crypto, seems to have an agenda out there at the end of the day. They could be trying to, push a lot of asset classes down right now to get better rates for refinancing. And we're going to be in some pain for a while, but we're in this for the long run. Joe's in it for the long run. I'm in it for the long run. I know a lot of our listeners in the private community are here in the long run. And even though it's gross and you don't want to open up the chart every single day, I do think there's going to be a prime time to buy some of your favorite assets. So we appreciate everyone jumping on, watching our rundown today, and we'll definitely see you next week.